All right, Thunderbird Monument. Let's go over how this all goes together. We'll go over the parts here. So you got your top cabinet parts. Two ends. You have a street side and a power side. Power side's towards the cove itself. Streets towards street. Removable skins, top side. You'll have this little bar here. Look out for that. That gets attached to the polycarbonate on the inside. Show you that. You have these top brace pieces. These little guys here. Keep an eye out for those. Those will get some riv nuts. That's how the internal polycarbonate is going to hang with the lights. And you have these two bottom pieces here that will kind of hold the polycarbonate in place. You've got top and street side jigs. You've got middle jigs here for these two pieces. And then the bottom corner towards the power is going to have these two specialized jigs. That'll be one piece, and I'll show you that, but that's going to support the power box. So keep an eye out for those. Those need to get bent up, and those will sit inside. So they're just modifications of these. Middle reveal is pretty simple. Bend it up, and then you're just gonna, Lords in or whatever you guys choose, tack those in. But this end one that'll be the end piece there. That'll kind of seal that up. And then you'll have these ones here just for support where the bolts are gonna squish down. So you don't really have anything in there. Just kind of keep it simple. The bottom skirt will be like we did with the VIP motors. It'll be kind of a cover that goes over the main mounting system. The main mounting system is a little different than the VIP, but it's, we'll go over that. You've got your faces with push-throughs, power box, and that's all the 1/4 inch stuff for the different plates for the mounting. So Thunderbird logo, we'll go over that, but this is the 063 that gets painted, that gets pushed onto it. It's kind of like a push-through. And that's going to get painted and then VHB'd, or if you choose, maybe silicone it on. Make sure this doesn't get bent. This is pushing 90.5 inches. So when it comes off the table, both of them, put it on like a piece of wood or something so it doesn't get folded up, because this thing's going to be really spindly up in here. So just make sure it stays straight. They're trying to decide which color laminate to use. But this is going to be some sort of a brushed laminate. But I don't know if it's settled upon whether it's going to be bronze or gold or silver or what's going on. But that goes on top of the bird feathers. You've got a 1 inch thick bird push through. This guy here is going to be an island fill, so it's kind of a 2 layers. So you've got the top layer here, the feathers will be first surface, and then island fill down, and then that's where you'll slide over the 063, and then you'll have another bit, that'll actually come out. So it's like a 2-layered push through. We'll go over that. Push through here, 3/4 inch letters, no big deal. Pushy backers, hold it all in. And then we're gonna use up some of that Palsun. What you're gonna do is just screw on, kind of like you did Wexler. You're just gonna screw on the pucks to this guy here, the edge strips, and then they'll shoot through the clear and kind of light up the cabinet that way. So pretty simple solution. So let's work from the bottom up. So you're going to have, let's see, this is the system here. Right, so you'll have your existing concrete base. Install is going to put stainless studs in, epoxy them in, and then we're going to float 1.5 inches above the concrete. That way you don't have to scrape it totally clean. And then you'll have this like 1/4 inch 090 system. They'll bolt that down, and then the base will be just like a skirt that'll kind of cover the whole thing. So that's this guy here. So it's unidirectional or omnidirectional. It goes either way. So just get this all tacked together, and then you can slide. And then what you're going to do is, before you slide the 2x2 through there, you've got your 2x2 up here, 68 inches, just a single piece. Before you slide that through, what you're going to do is get these guys assembled, these 1/4 inch pieces, but these side pieces here are going to hook into these pieces of 0.9. So this 0.9 sets your distance. So the 1/4 inch pieces will sit inside the 0.9, like here. This is sideways, but right. So your 0.9 will be here, like that, and 090 will be here like that, and you'll slide in your or you'll slide it over the 09. You'll go ahead and tack together or whatever you want to put the 1/4 inch pieces together, and then you'll just slide on your 090, and then that will set your distance apart, how far. Then you can slide in your 2x and then just burn it all together. So that way that'll be it. So that'll be set, and your base piece will be all good to go. You got your 1/2 inch by, let's see, where is it? Yeah, you got your 1/2 inch by 13 nuts, so you'll burn those on. So that way that's how this whole thing will go together. These are in one of the McMaster boxes. If you want, I think this might be helpful. If you tap this to 1/2 by 13 and put these in as like a reference stud, these will stick out like here, and there'll be like a pin that'll help align everything and keep everything lined up. So you can choose to use those if you want. So once this part's done, that's just kind of for install. Then you're going to make the skirt. So the top part will be the big flange, and then the bottom part will be the little flange, so it can slide over this guy here. So you can kind of look at that other video that I had for the ideas. It kind of shows how it all goes together. I animated it, so you can kind of look at that if you want, the other video. So anyway, so this will be one big jig that goes on the inside of the big pieces here. So put that to the inside and use that to kind of tack it all together. And then on the bottom, you've got these 2 jigs here. You got towards the power side, you've got these little dudes that'll chuck in there. That's on the power side. And then deep in these streets, on the street side, you'll have the bigger piece. He goes over here, and you'll go ahead and burn that U. I left it open so that way you can access both sides, because you'll want to come in through the bottom to get all this tacked together really well. So closing this off would have been difficult for you to get in there. So then once this is in there, you can choose to Lords in this piece if you want, and that'll kind of close that up, because this side overhangs. Let's see. You can see where this side kind of overhangs the wall, so it kind of juts out. So things can get in there or whatever. So if you want to, you can go ahead and just Lords in that piece. That would be nice and covered up in case they get picky about it or whatever. And that'll take care of the skirt part. Once the skirt part's done, then you kind of got your middle reveal like we talked about. You're just gonna Lords or tack these in on the inside here, and then this guy here just gets Lords to the bottom of this. So at some point when you're done, you just Lords that to the bottom of the sign. So going into the big sign now, so the main part. So you'll have these 1/4 inch plates that you'll go ahead and Lords or tack on here. That'll be how this thing gets screwed down. Again, you got deep in the street side, and you've got the power side. So the power side goes towards the guard shack, this side towards the street. So just keep an eye out. Everything will be marked street for that side. Power side will be the side where the power is. It's pretty much straightforward cabinet all the way around, skins. So the power, so you'll have these 2 different kinds of jigs. So this will be that 1-piece jig, and then the other one will be over here that kind of sits in between. You'll burn it to the inside. What that does is this is how the power box sits. So the power box is like yay, and then you'll put it in there, and it's going to sit on top of these 2 little guys here. So this guy has a little notch in it, or a tab sticking up, that's going to slide into the notch of this power supply box here. That'll lock it in place. And then the front side of the power switch here has its own tab, and then that tab is going to slide into this slot here. So this will just kind of sit there and not have to use any tools to be kind of all part of it, and secure. Then you're going to go ahead and just have your lid and everything. So that's just where this guy lives. Install can run power. All in here will be open, and then they'll have 2 different holes they can run up power into the sign and bring it to the box. So that's kind of good there. Down here, these 2 guys will hold the polycarbonate in place. So the polycarbonate will just sit in the middle, and the GE power strips will just kind of attach directly to that, and that way the light can go through to both sides. And then this guy here will just it'll sit on here and just kind of keep it from moving back and forth, and give a little bit of face support down here. So put those guys in, and then the top guys, same thing. They will fit inside the top frame. They'll slide inside there, and keep in mind you got A, B, and C because they kind of face two different ways. A and B face one way, C faces the other. So what you're going to do is riv nut these guys in. These are 1/4 riv nuts into these holes here. Bend these up, and the riv nuts will be facing into the mount like that. And then that will be where you mount your polycarbonate to. So go ahead and get all that welded in nice, get this riveted on nice. And then the polycarbonate, you'll have this strip here, and you'll bend that and you'll put that to the side that says face side, so bar side. Go ahead and rivet it. I would suggest riveting so that the washer side of the rivet is on the polycarbonate, and the squishy side, the mandrel side that gets squished, goes on the aluminum. That way it doesn't crack the Palsun, or less chance of that. So this little bar here will keep this stiff, and then you're just going to go ahead and screw directly the pucks right onto the polycarb there, and that should be enough to light up what we got. So again, use the 3200. They want the warm. And then that will just come in through the side, and then you'll use 1/4 nuts to just, or bolts to just kind of, put all that together, and it's just going to hang there. And that should be enough to light all that up. That's that. Now let's go over the push through thing. This is kind of how the emblems are going to go too for the walls. Similar, but anyway, this is kind of a pain in the booty. So you got two different layers depth. So you've got your 1-inch acrylic. This is your sign face. So we're going for basically a 3/8 island fill, and then you're going to go ahead and either silicone or VHB on the 063 bird, and then there will be another glow here, whatever's left of the push through. So it's like a two-layered push through. So he's going to go ahead and just island fill all that out for you, and then you'll have brush laminate goes on the front of everything, including the letters. So you'll put those on there, VHB all that on, after you put the bird on. So you put the bird on and then go ahead and put that. So again, you'll need a little bit of time to kind of assemble everything. So make sure it gets out of paint and you have time to put all the laminate on the front of all the push throughs and everything. So, but I think that's about it. You got your pushy backers there. So it's pretty straightforward other than just having to deal with that laminate. But otherwise, I think we're good. Hit me up if you have any questions.